Hello, it's me, Russian Inventor, back with a new video, and today I will be showing you how to build a variable power supply. Now, a variable power supply is a thing where you can set any kind of voltage you want, and it is really useful for powering electronics during the development stages. I will be also comparing the store version to the built version and seeing which one is actually better. So yeah, enough talking and let's go. Alright, so most of the DIY power supplies are built on this controller. This is a cheap Chinese controller and here are the specifications of it. I'm not gonna explain them because no one cares and no one understands them. But yeah, we're gonna use it. Now this board will be inside this epic gamer case. Damn! And it already has all the parts we need. Link is in description below. Now the idea of the project is to take this board, then take all the button switches, connect them so we could control the voltage, and have the voltmeter so it would show the voltage which we output. Alright, so I wanted the project to actually look good, so I made a prototype of the front panel out of cardboard, and here it is. Then when I was satisfied with the look, I started working on the metal plate, and the first thing I did was cover it all in masking tape so it would not get scratched while I was working on the panel. Okay, so now it is a time to drill out all the holes, and this process took me about 5 hours to do. Yeah, 5 hours, because I only used a drill and a file, because I did not have any complex machinery. So I basically drilled out all the holes and then smoothed them with a file to get all the curves and shapes we needed. Okay, so this is how the front panel looks like. I put it on the case to see how it looks like. It looks really epic, really industrial. You can't even tell it's homemade. Now we need to put electronics in so the whole thing actually worked, and then wire it all up based on this schematic. You can also save money by salvaging all the wires from cables or old electronics. Yeah, and that's a life hack from Russian Inventor. Subscribe for more. And here is another montage of me soldering all the electronics. Now, it is at this point where everything seems happy and stuff, where it has gone wrong. So I basically did a quick test of the power supply after soldering it all off camera, and from the amp meter a small cloud of smoke came out, and also there was this burnt smell in the room, and it was actually kind of scary. Now I thought this is it, this project has gone wrong. And I thought I burned all the electronics and I was really frustrated at this point. So I gave up, and then I returned after a few days and did some tests and stuff, and luckily I found out that most of the electronics actually survived, and it was the amp meter and one of those potentiometers that I had to replace. The moral of the story is to test always everything before putting it all in the nice case. Do a bunch of tests, make sure everything works, and then do all the fancy beats, you know? in this case, I got really lucky because most of the stuff actually survived. I don't know how, it's probably a miracle, I don't know what happened. Basically, if you're gonna do this project by yourself, which you probably won't, but still, just follow this schematic and then don't add any extra stuff like I did with this amp meter. And here's the final build, all done and all working. Alright, now let's test this thing out and I will also show you how to use it. So first we connect the laptop power supply, and I have this actually really cool connection which is actually used in military devices. Then we turn the thing on and set the voltage we want with this knob. Now this device can power a variety of items like LEDs, which work from different voltages. It also could be used for testing and powering different circuits like this one, or even Arduinos. Now it can also power all kinds of motors like this small one, which are used in toys, this big one from a drill, and this ginormous one, which is a pump one. You can see it can barely run it and not at full speed because the power supply has not enough power to actually drive it at full speed. So maybe in future videos I will upgrade it. Lastly, this thing can actually charge line batteries. So you see this LED on the case, that is meant for indicating when the battery is charged or not. So basically you set the voltage to 4.2 volts and then you cross the wires and set the amps to a 1 amp, and then you connect it to the battery, and then you can see the LED turns on. That means the battery is charging, and then the LED will turn off when the battery is charged. Pretty neat feature, and I will definitely use it for my future videos and stuff like that. Charging line batteries, nice. Alright, now let's talk prices. So the DIY Russian Inventor power supply costed around 50 bucks to make. So it was $20 for the case, and then $20 for the potentiometers and connectors. They were from Amazon, that's why they costed so much. I could have bought them from AliExpress, but I just forgot to. And then the rest of the electronics costed only $10 because they were from AliExpress, cheap, you know. It's kind of debatable at this point if you should make it or not, because if you buy power supplies they start around 50 bucks, so kind of the same price. It's probably better to make it in a cheaper case and buy everything from AliExpress. Like here on the picture, it only will cost around $15, so that would make sense. So it's for you to decide if you want to DIY or buy. Anyways, I'm really happy how this project turned out. If you're interested in this project, go check out the link in the description. I would be really happy. And yeah, this was introduction to the technology you will never need. I was your host, Russian Inventor. If you're still here, thank you for watching, and please blow this video up because I spent billions of trillions of hours editing this video. And soon is New Year, so Happy New Year everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye.